I'm Taren S, a High Priestess in an American Folkloric Tradition, and I've been brewing magic for a very long time now. Come on in, let's brew some together. Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to the House of Witchcraft and continuing our Wednesday series on magical herbs on fire. And this is a very special blend, herbal offering is what this is, for this time, for the season of the dead, when we are feeding our altars. And you're like, what do I feed them? You feed them not only food, drink, cigarettes, candy, money. We also feed them herbal incense. This is the oldest form of offering that is given to both divinity and spiritual realms. So of course they're used to it. And this is my personal favorite. I say this about all of them. I'm like, oh, this is my favorite. But this one actually, a couple years ago, wanted to give an offering of affection. I wanted to give an emotion. And if you've watched in my other one, I gave an offering of beauty. All right, where I took the concept of beauty and put it into an herbal incense. And that's the same thing I've done with this one. As I took the offering of affection, all right, I wanted to let my grandma know how much I liked her. I wanted to say I love you. And spirit realm folk speak. So I thought about it and realized the best way I could speak to them was through herbal incense, the smoke, that aroma, those vibrations, that energy, all of that. And so this is the blend. And it's all fairly simple ingredients, I'm saying. So this isn't a difficult one to make. Now remember, an herbal incense offering is simply dry ingredients and or oils in which have been blended together. My little dish, I got myself all set up. I got my head space all set up. I need to light a candle to divinity. I need to ask Goddess to guide me in my work, to make sure that I'm doing the right thing, to ask for the blessings. Remember, this is a working, all right? Set your space wisely, witches. Now, my first one I want to start with, of course, rose petals. How can you not have affection without rose petals? All right. This one is typically, if you've watched me before, you know, we make about a teaspoon and a half of each ingredient, because we typically like to make an herbal incense offering. It goes in this little dish that we use this little spoon for, that we can use for 3 to 5 days. Of course, if you know you need more, blend more, all right? Now, this is the beauty, okay? And then, of course, calendula, sunshine. Whenever I think affection, it's always a bright, sunshiny day, all right? And again, I'm going for about a teaspoon. Oops, got a couple, little chunky bit right there. All right, we're going to put the chunky bit back. There we go. All right. Ooh, that looks pretty. All right. Next one, of course, rosemary. For remembrance. I want you to remember I love you. I want you mean to me. Okay. And again, we're working equal amounts. I rang the bowl. This is my old brass bowl. All right. And copal. Now, when it comes to the copal, I want to typically put maybe a little less than, actually, I've got to put this in the pedestal. More to here. But the first thing I'm going to do before I do that, let me back up. I done got all discombobulated. All right. Rosemary, calendula, rose petals, star anise. I like to get the good ones, like the for real star anise, you know, and I put one nice star in, all right? And that's this, oh my gosh. I love the smell of this. I think the aroma, it smells so good. You know, if you could get a hug, it would be star anise, or at least that's what I think. All right. There we go. Now let me switch to the copal. All right, copal, I want to put in probably about a quarter teaspoon. All right. You really don't want a lot of copal. It is a strong, ooh, perfect. Strong resin. It's one of the, oopsie daisy, I done have technical difficulties. Here we go. All right, I think we're back in business. We'll set that up like that. Sorry about that if y'all heard some funkies. All right. And copal, at one point, was so expensive. I mean, this was like one of those resins that was used in the high temples, the big temples on holy days, and it was guarded very carefully. And so when I give it up as affection, I'm giving it up as, this is wealth. And I want it to represent the wealth of my love for you, the wealth of my affection for you. All right. Get all that out of there. Perfect. All right. Now we want to put our magical breath on it. That's the fourth breath, the inside breath in you. Take a deep breath. And then when you go to exhale, that last final huh is what you're after. May this offering of affection please spirit realm folk that are well-intended towards me, because I only want well-intended around me. Now, let's see, I got a little bit of scrunchie right there. One of my calendula flowers is just a little, this is where I look at it. I get it the way I want it. All right, get it the way it's supposed to look. Ooh, that's just a pretty, there. Oh, that smells good. That's pretty. Can y'all see? Here, let me, there. It keeps slipping down and I'm so afraid that I'm going to dump it. It is so beautiful. And that blend of rosemary and rose and the calendula, the copal, the star anise, is such a complexity that, yeah, that's a spiritual hug. That's what I'm talking, witches. That's some good stuff right there. Now, once I got my blend up, I have my pretty little bowl that sits on the altar, and I will put it in my pretty thing here. Let me move my stuff around. All right. Oh, look at that. Oh, I can't wait to use this. I'm so excited. I'm actually going to use this later tonight for my offering for my grandmother. I'm doing a little special altar I set up for her, and I'm going to burn this for her tonight to let her know how much I love her. Now, ventilation. I'm going to say every time we're dealing with using herbal incenses, herbal incense offerings, always do it in a well-ventilated room, all right? I use an abalone shell. I have a small little briquette of charcoal, and then I have a tinfoil that I have folded 7-8 times. I recommend that you use tinfoil, even if you have it sitting on a fireproof container, because it's a lot of heat under there, and it can potentially discolor the table surface it's sitting on. All right, now I set this up on my altar just like this. When I'm ready, I light it. I then take, as you can see, y'all witches know, if you've been watching this series, you know what I'm talking. Y'all see what I got right there. Right there. I'm going to put that down. That's it. All right. I might put a second one on a little bit there if I want a little wafy more. If I feel like spirit realm folks leaning in, I could put a little more. But you do not want to dump a lot of this on there. Okay? Very, very important. Just saying, witches. Just saying. All right. Now, if this is really interesting to you and you're like, wow, these herbs are pretty darn cool, I wrote a book. called Crossroads Witchcraft. The ingredients. Guess what it has? The ingredients. It has got some of all of the cool charts that tell you about these ingredients, when to use them, how to use them. This is based on 40 years of me writing stuff down. Actually, I pretty much just sort of published my grimoire. All right, it's there for you, and it's below. Please use it, take it, make it yours. All right, this is about the recipe you create. All right, I can inspire you with my recipe of affection. Now it's for you to make your recipe of affection, your recipe of beauty, your recipe of love and gratitude, and to give it to your spirit realm folk. Because I guarantee, and I will guarantee, if you sit down and just quiet your mind for a moment, you will pull out the herbs that your spirit realm folk need, okay? And those are the right ones. Use my book, use other books and all that as an inspiration. And then put it down, and then you do you, boo. Because that's where the real magic is. Always remember that. This all helps, all right? This helps bring up the energies, okay? We know that the herbs have energies in them, but everything starts with me, just as it all starts with you. That's why it's so important when you got your headspace right, you got the atmosphere right, so that your energies can become the catalyst for whatever change, whatever endeavor, whatever working that you're working is successful, all right? So don't doubt yourself. And I know for some of you new witches out there, it is hard. And I know it's so hard. Believe me, I remember the days of just standing there going, I don't know. You know, when I was a young witch and I'd watch the old witches just grab herbs so effortlessly. And I'm like, how are they doing that? You know, I'm sitting there with my book looking it up and like, should I use it? Shouldn't I use it? Should I use it? And then slowly, bit by bit, I started developing that belief of self. It doesn't just happen. That's why it's so important for you new witches to really do the year and a day, either as a group, solitaire, whatever. The commitment you make is to yourself and to divinity. That you are going to spend a year and a day standing under every full moon that you can. All right? You're going to spend a year and a day up in your studies. All right? Because you see all those books behind me where you can't even, I was like, they're all stacked down there. All right? And then there's stacks of them in the cottage. Learn, research. All right? And whatever book you read is the book you need to read. Everybody's like, what book should I read? What book should I read? Honey, sometimes you gotta let the goddess pick. Just go in the store and whatever seems to be working. You know, I never turn that damn phone off. I will remember one day, I promise, witches, I'm working on it. I am working on it. And of course, if this is your first time here, I want you to hit that subscribe button. And we have the join button below where you can help support the House of Witchcraft, all of our endeavors here, and all the things we do. We don't have a paywall, and I have absolutely no exclusive content, nor will I ever. All right? I believe that it should just be out there for the universe. It's up to the goddess. It's up to just everybody else except me. I'm like, you know, we're going to be where we're supposed to be. And this information is going to resonate with those that need to hear it. With those that don't need to hear it, they don't hear it. I have complete faith that the goddess makes sure that they never see my videos. All right. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I just can't tell you how amazed I am with this journey here the past year and a half on YouTube and becoming a content creator and getting to meet some of the most amazing magical folk out here in internet land. It's just been awesome. All I want to say is thank you. You guys have been so amazing. You've opened up doors. It's just been a journey. And well, soon to be 57, 56-year-old witch who, lived down a dirt road and all this. And I'm like, grateful, forever grateful. That's what I'm saying, witches. All right, y'all have as bright of a blessed day as I'm having. And as always, it never changes. Amen. Blessed be. Ashe and Ebobo.